when you speak already about these three things, what is missing? The sadhus. So the speaker needs the blessings of the sadhus. And who are the sadhus? Huh? Yeah, sure. But who are the sadhus? The audience. Yeah, everybody of you. So I'm begging you, if you want to hear something substantial, please bless me. And as Kripa Sindhu said, be eager, be greedy to hear, greedy to enter into the pastimes. In this way, we become a very successful unit, because the speaker can only speak as far as the listeners wanted to listen. Right? I always give this example: I'm the udder, you the melkers. So squeeze me out. Okay, we're reading from 4th canto, chapter 7, verse 35, right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sida Uchu Ayam Tvat Katam Rishta Piyusham Nadyam. Ayam Tvat Katam Rishta Piyusha Nadyam. Manovarana kleshada vagni daga. Manovarana kleshada vagni dagda. Trisharto vagado nasasmaratavam. Trishadu vagada na sasmaratavam. Na nishkramati brahma sampanavana. Na nishkramati brahma sampanavana. Sida Uchu Ayam Tvat Kadam Rishta Piyusha Nadyam. Manovarana Kleshada Vagni Dagna. Trisharto Vakto Nasasmaradavam. Na nishkramati brahma sampanavaha. Please make it better. In der dritten Zeile ist Vagado. V-A-G-A-D-H-O. Vagado. Vagado, na ist dann ein einzelnes Wort, eine einzelne Silbe. Ayam Tvat Katam Rishta Piyusha Nadyam. Ayam tvatkadam rishta biyushanadyam Manovarana kleshadavagninatara Tishado vagado nat samsitam tavam Na nishkramati brahma sampanavanaha Sida uchu Ayam tvatkadam rishta piyusha nadyam Manovarana kleshadavagni dagna Trishatu vagadona samsara davam Na nishkramati brahma sampanavana. Ladies. Siddha uchu Manovarana kleshadavagni dagda Nanishkramati brahma sampanava. Siddha, the Siddhas. Uchu, prayed. Ayam, this. Tvatkatha, your pastimes. Mrishta, pure. Piyusha, of nectar. Nadyam, in the river. Mana, of the mind. Varana, the elephant. Klesha, sufferings. Davagni, by the forest fire. Daktaha, burnt. Trisha, thirst. Ataha, afflicted. Avagadaha, being immersed. Nasasmara, does not remember. Davan, the forest fire or the miseries. Na nishkramati, not come out. Brahma, the absolute. Sampanavat, like having merged. Na, our. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Siddhas prayed, like an elephant that has suffered in a forest fire but can forget all its troubles by entering a river, our minds, O Lord, always merge in the nectarian river of your transcendental pastimes, and they desire never to leave such transcendental bliss, which is as good as the pleasure of merging in the Absolute. Purport. This statement is from the Siddhas, the inhabitants of Siddhaloka, where the 8 kinds of material perfection are complete. The residents of Siddhaloka have full control in the 8 kinds of yogic perfection, but from their statement, it appears that they are pure devotees. They always merge in the nectarian river of hearing of the pastimes of the Lord. Hearing of the pastimes of the Lord is called Krishna Katha. Similarly, there is a statement by Prahlad Maharaj that those who are always merged in the ocean of the nectar of describing the Lord's pastimes are liberated and have no fear of the material condition of life. The Siddhas say that the mind of an ordinary person is full of anxieties. The example is given of the elephant who has suffered in a forest fire. and who enters into a river for relief. If persons who are suffering in the forest fire of this material existence will only enter into the nectarian river of the description of the pastimes of the Lord, they will forget all the troubles of the miserable material existence. The siddhas do not care for fruitive activities, such as performing sacrifices and achieving the good results. They simply merge in the transcendental discussions of the pastimes of the Lord. That makes them completely happy, without care for pious or impious activities. For those who are always in Krishna consciousness, there is no need to perform any kind of pious or impious sacrifices or activities. Krishna consciousness is it itself complete, for it includes all the processes praised in the Vedic scriptures. Om Agnanati Mandasya Kananan Chanashalakya Chakshu Unmedam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupagadamayam Dadati Swaparandikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shiva Sarigaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Phalat Lakshmi Singh Bhagavan Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, the verse again. The siddhas prayed like an elephant that has suffered in a forest fire but can forget all its troubles by entering a river. Our minds, O Lord, always merge in the nectarian river of your transcendental pastimes, and they desire never to leave such transcendental bliss, which is as good as the pleasure of merging in the Absolute. So, what is the aim of all Vedic scriptures? Okay, you said, who said somebody else? You said Shyamakund. Yeah, both of you right. First of all, we have to understand who is beyond all the Vedic scriptures, and then we develop love for that person. So, these scriptures are locked up, right, as we said already in the beginning. So we need, whom do we need to experience the person behind the scriptures and the pastimes? We need? Yes, we need guru, and the guru is what? Your master in wood technology? Teacher, yeah, but of what? A representative of Krishna. Yeah, he represents Krishna. That means that God is so depending on his devotees. God would not exist in the minds of this material world if not the devotees will bring him there. The devotees are the ones who bring Krishna, meaning Krishna comes into existence to the world, to the mind of the people, only through the devotees. Without the devotees, he would not exist. And what the devotee or the sadhu brings, yes, so he delivers the Bhagavatam, or he delivers the pastimes of the Lord. And these pastimes, they are in such a way that they are transforming. And one of the many transforming pastimes, and in two, we are right in the middle. First of all, we have here today, the auspicious day of Govardhan Puja. And we want to glorify Giriraj because of his personality. All the incarnations of the Lord, they are very special because they display special character, special personalities. And so we were not fortunate enough to have it on the board or display it somehow. So I'm gonna read it to you. There is a pranam for Giriraj. And yeah, there was the idea that we can chant this together, but I read it then to you, and maybe you can follow. Okay. Namaste, Girirajaya, Shri Govardhana, Namine, Ashesha, Klesha, Nashaya, Paramananda, Daine, Namaste, Girirajaya, Shri Govardhana Namine, Ashesha Klesha Nashaya, Paramananda Daine, Namaste, Girirajaya, Shri Govardhana Namine, Ashesha Klesha Nashaya, Paramananda Daine. Translation is, and is kind of a purport, is a long translation. Actually, what gives us Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Purushottam Masa Mahatmya. And he says, I offer my respectful obeisance unto the king of all hills, Govardhan Hill, the source of enjoyment for the senses, land and the cows. He is a servant of Krishna and is Krishna himself. He puts an end to unlimited sufferings and bestows the supreme bliss. All glories to the magnificent Govardhan Hill, the celebrated crown of Sri Vraj Mandal, and the receptacle of great respect and admiration from all the Vrajvasis, by providing fresh grass for the cows to graze, clean, refreshing waters in its lakes and rivers, delicious fruits, fragrant flowers, multicolored mineral pigments, and sweet honey. Govardhan serves the Lord and all his associates very expertly. Sri Krishna performed numerous transcendental pastimes in the caves, on the hilltops, at the banks of the lakes, and in the valleys of the blessed mountain. Beautiful pastimes like breaking the bride of Indra, Dana Keli, the Leela at Kushum Sarovana, and many other such sweet pastimes were performed by Shyamasundar in Govardhan. It is at the base of that great mountain that the best of all holy places, Sri Radhakund, dearer to Sri Krishna than his very life, is present. Here the divine couple perform innumerable amorous pastimes in the company of their dear Gopi friends, far away from the prying eyes of Chatila and Kutila. The glories of Sri Govardhan are indeed unfathomable, for he has been glorified by Srimati Radhika herself as Hari Dasa Varya, the best among the devotees of Sri Hari. Being thus established as the best of devotees, he is fully capable of bestowing the greatest benediction of Krishna Prem upon all surrendered souls, thus putting an end to the material miseries and unlimited sufferings experienced by the living entities. We therefore pay our humble obeisance at his lotus feet and pray for the causeless mercy. The pure devotees of the Lord are so magnanimous that their mere remembrance is all purifying and can bestow all auspiciousness. Om Agnanati Madasya Knananchanashalakya Chakshu Unmedam Yena Tasmai Shikadave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakata Mayam Dadati Svaparandikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yesterday the Brajbasis performed what? What celebration was yesterday? Diwali. They performed Diwali. And in this Diwali celebration, usually it's a very busy time, because everybody is busy putting out lamps and thinking of the pastimes of Lord Ram. So Brajbasis, they had quite a late night yesterday. And today, the Brajbasis, suddenly they were very busy. They were running here and there, and Nanda Baba was directing everybody, here, do this, do that, this party over there, bring the yakyakunds and fruits, Mitra Winter. Did you bring milk sweets?
Yes.
Yeah. So everything goes here in the area of the sacrifice. Come on, everybody. Nanda Baba, he is like a good temple commander. Very lovingly, he engages everybody in service. Right? And he's not a temple commander, he's also a temple president of Raj Mandala, right? He tells everybody, apparently, he is the one who tells everybody what to do. We know, if you look in a mandala, you just look from top on it and you see some lines and some diagonals and something like that. But a mandala actually is not on the surface. A mandala goes very, very deep. Very, very deep. And so on the surface, Nanda Baba, he arranges everything, the mandala. But we know under the surface there are much more arrangements to be done. But that's not disclosed yet. So Nanda Baba arranges everybody around, and everybody's busy. And Krishna and Balaram, they're coming home from the pasturing grounds, just from grazing the cows. And you think, what's going on here? Nobody's coming greet us today. Everybody's busy. What's going on? Huh? And Krishna, he comes home. Mother Yashoda is busy, not welcoming him. What's going on, Mother Yashoda? Sorry, ask your father. So Krishna walks around, finds Nanda Baba somewhere completely busy in arranging things. Baba, what's going on? Oh no, we have a very special celebration today. What celebration? We have to do the yagya, what we perform every year, since time immemorial. But Baba, what yagya is it? Oh, that's for those person who gives us all our wealth, all our riches. Baba, who's that person? Oh, it's Indradev, the king of heaven. And yesterday I thought Indradev is already preparing quite something for today, right? I thought he is really determined to flood us here. And Indradev. And Krishna said, but why Indradev? Because he is the one who gives the blessings. He is the one who gives light in the sun, who orders the sun to shine. He is the one who brings the rain, who orders the rain. And without sun and rain, nothing will grow. If nothing grows, there will be no lakes. There will be no water in the Yamuna. There will be no grass for our cows. There will be no crops in the field. So we depend on Indradev. And therefore, we have to do this puja because Indradev, he is very, very eager to get his puja done. So it has to be on that day. Therefore, we perform Indra puja today. But Baba, why Indradev? Indradev is just a demigod. Yes, he's just fulfilling a role. Right? He's just in his role. He's just an entity like you and me. He's just in a bigger role. So why are we depending on Indra? Is it not that we depending on the land of Vraja, who gives us everything? The land of Vraja is full of everything what we need. And the crown jewel of Braj is Govardhan Hill. So we should bring all our offerings in front of Giriraj Govardhan. Because he is the king of all mountains and he is placed in Vrindavan. How he was placed in Vrindavan, that's another story. Very interesting, but I don't think we come to this today. So he was placed there. Huh? And why he was placed there? Because Giriraj's own sweet will. And it was not only his sweet will, it was the demand of Srimati Radharani. She didn't want to come if there's not Govardhan or River Yamuna or the land of Braj. So, well, no, Krishna, come on, you just a little boy. What do you know? Since ages we perform this puja. If we don't do this puja, we make Indra angry for sure. Please, Krishna, let this. I am busy. I'm just busy. Can you not? I know you have always these questions. I know what I'm speaking about. Little boys have thousands of questions. So, and sometimes it's just the daddy is just busy doing his daddy stuff, and kids are busy asking their kid questions. And daddy, of course, thinks, they're just kid questions, not important. I have to go on with life, because I'm in the middle of life. And they're just playing the whole day. What do they know? So Nanda Baba got a little bit annoyed. Krishna, no, come on. Everything fine. We do this puja, and then, don't worry about everything. But Baba, we should not do that. We should not, because Indradev is just a demigod. Ask the Brahmanas. Okay. And the Brahmanas, well, actually, yes, Krishna, in one sense, he's right. And we depending not on depending on Indra, we depending on the devotees. And Giriraj is the greatest devotees because everything what we need is there. I know this moment as well, when daddy has to surrender to the will of little boys. Okay then, Krishna. Because a man's life is successful when first of all, who is pleased? The wife, yes. That's far you go already, right? But I tell you something what is more even than this, because the wife is not pleased when the kids are not pleased. The wife cannot be peaceful if the kids are not peaceful. So most important is the peace of the kids. Then the parents can be relaxed, can be peaceful. Okay then, because if you don't give to the will of the kids, everything is disturbed. Okay, Krishna, for God's sake, let's worship Govardhan Hill. And Krishna said, Jai! And then said, put all the offerings on our bullock carts. In these times, Vrindavan or Gokul, it was not, they were more or less like nomads. You know what the nomads are? They're traveling from place to place where the nice grass and the sweet waters are flowing. So put all the possessions again on the bullock carts. Everybody, go on the bullock carts and let's go to Govardhan Hill. So from Gokul to Govardhan Hill, actually from Nandakram to Govardhan Hill, it's not such a big distance than from Vrindavan to Govardhan. If you go nowadays from Vrindavan to Govardhan, it takes it's like 30 kilometers or something like that. Quite a distance. But Nandakram is closer. So they come, put everything on the bullock carts, and put the cows in front, and then all the household paraphernalia on the bullock carts, together with the wives, who are all dressed very colorful, and the men with the big turbans. They had a great festivity. And they brought everything in front of Giriraj Govardhan. And when they came to Giriraj Govardhan with all the cows, they circumambulated Giriraj, made a whole round around Giriraj. In this way, offered their obeisances. Right? If you circumambulate somebody, this is kind of an offering of respect. Right? And then they brought all the offerings, brought it in front of Giriraj, and made a big feast, a big offering for Giriraj. And then suddenly this hill, he assembled a face. And everybody was astonished. What is this? And when they looked closer, they said, "Oh, this face. It looks a little bit like Kanai, doesn't it? Right?" And then this face, he developed arms. Out of this face came arms. And he took all the offerings and he ate everything. And the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they became amazed, but when they saw this, became ecstatic as well. Rainbow! They never saw this, that the hill eats all the offerings. What mystic is going on here, right? And then everything was eaten. Because Brijpasis, they had also, they came with the household paraphernalia. So when Indians go somewhere, they always go with the whole house. I saw it with my own eyes. Indians, they came to Mayapur to celebrate Gopurnim. And they also then don't come alone. It's not just one family coming. They come a whole clan, right? The whole family clan is coming. And the first thing what they do is they set up the cookers and the gas bottles, and they start to cook. And guess what? Many times men are cooking. The men are cooking, And the ladies, they're cutting vegetables, and the men are cooking, Also different, sometimes also ladies are cooking, but basically the main thing is they're cooking. Something has to be eaten, right? So everything is gone. So unload the bullock carts, put the cooking paraphernalia up, build, in these times they built this big holes in the earth and made ovens there. Paramahamsa Gaur can tell you everything about it, right? One day we will force him to cook a feast on the earth, right? We will do this. We tell him today. And so they started to cook. And they cooked again a huge feast. Dal, halava, rice, sabjis, pakoras, what we had yesterday, samosas. Very, very wonderful cookings. And they put it all in front of Giriraj and said, "Let's see if it happens again." And again, he came out and took everything in. I thought, wow, that's amazing. And then this hill, because when you had a huge feast, what do you have to do? Huh? Yeah, you rest. And how do you rest? LSD, we say, or left side down. So he was like, and then he took his hand and said, made like this. Anio, Anio, Anio. Whoa, this hill start to speak. Right? And then let's cook more. And they cooked another feast. And again, whoa, he ate everything. And then again, Anio, Anio, Anio. And he said, okay, wait a second, that's getting strange now. Because we cooked everything what we had. So he said, we don't have anything anymore. But Giriraj is very clever. He's very clever. If he sees, there's my devotee, he sees in their hearts, and he sees, there's something hidden, something what I want, what he doesn't give. So Giriraj extended his hands, got into the bullock carts, and took even this, what is there stored in the cupboards and in the vessels and everything, and he took the whole flour and ate it. The whole, gur, lumps of gur. You know what is gur? Date sugar. Wow, so tasty. And just put it in. And he ate everything of the Brijbasis. So he took out all the love, what even they were not aware that they had. That's the nature of Giriraj. He takes you all. The winner takes you all. Anyway, that's the other generation. The oldest may know. Lavanya Rupa maybe. So he took it all, right? And then everybody was so ecstatic because Giriraj was fed. Nobody was hungry. Nobody was hungry. That's a new definition of the feeding of the 5,000s, what Jesus did. It just, you feed just God and everything is perfect. And then I thought, that was such a crazy day. We walked all the way from Nandagram to Giriraj, and we circumambulated Giriraj. It's quite a distance as well, right? And then we cooked the whole day. We cooked the whole day. So it's late evening. Everybody was just tired. Everybody just on the spot fell down and slept. Now in the meantime, one person was not satisfied. Who was that person? Indra. Indra was like, whenever they cooked something, he said, now surely that's now for me. Now they cook for me. Again, the feeding to the hill. What is this? What the Brijbasis are? What do they think they are? Do they not know on whom they're depending? I'm Indra. I say, Devraj. I am the king of all kings. Everybody is under my control. What do these people think they are? Who this Nanda Baba thinks he is? In control of a village? I'm in control of everything. Now he comes and neglects me. And why? He listens to a boy! How crazy is he? He must be completely out of his mind. I have to teach them a lesson. Little did he know that the lesson was for him. So he called his most ferocious servants. They have a name. Which name? Samvartaka. And Samvartaka, they're not just clouds. They are not just clouds. They are terrorists. And they're only called when the universe is flooded, basically. Right? And when the universe is flooded, this means there comes an avatar in place. Which avatar is this? Matsya, yeah, to save all the Vedas and all the stuff. Funny enough, we have the same, or kind of a similar description where somebody built a boat, put all animals and all species inside. Yeah, it's quite interesting. And he said, okay, Samvartaka, you go, you flood Vrindavan. Nothing should remain there. Just wipe it out. Wipe it from the landscape. Right? Once, I think, I don't know which bush it was. It was the senior, the W or whatever. He said just in a microphone check, it was a microphone check, and he said, today we will erase Russia from the landscape. And sure enough, the Russians hear that, they have spies everywhere. This was a big thing, like. Anyway, he said, we will erase Vrindavan from the landscape. And you are my racers. Go. So, and then they went. And they not like clouds you see, they're flying by, you can lay in the grass, see them passing by. When they came, they made a sound like the roaring of a lion. And it started to thunder and light, and everybody knew in Vrindavan, they knew something is going on now. And they knew, we did something wrong. We were naughty. We listened to Krishna. That was not good. Now Indra they even couldn't look in heaven because they knew, it's like when you do something naughty, you can't even look at your parents or teachers or something. And you feel like really ashamed. You feel really like, oh no, I don't want to stand in front of that person because, Indians sometimes when they come to the temple, you saw them, they do this and this, right? And this means they come and this is a sign of submissiveness. They pull their ears when they stand in front of the Lord because it's like, you get like pulled because you were naughty. So they do like this, No, we don't want to even look at heaven because this is just too painful. What will come now toward us, right? And they sort of accepted it, and it started to dribble. It started to drop. It started to rain. It started to flood. And so much wind, storms, like everything fall apart and everything flew around. Nobody had to hold tight on each other to not fly away. It was so terrible. And then they said, Krishna, I know you're our dear boy. We listened to you and we did this, but do you see now? Do you see now that we depending on Indra? Do you see what's happening now, Krishna? Right? What we should do now? And when Krishna saw that his devotees were so in anxiety and they're losing, basically he saw they're losing faith. They think now I let them down. And that's the most painful thing for the Lord, for God, when he sees this is devotees, they feel left down by him. Because you don't do this with somebody you love. And Krishna loves his devotees so much, especially the Brijbasis. So he thought, okay, now we start to correct. We start to correct the faith of the Brijbasis, and we correct the faith of Indradev. And Krishna said, did I not tell you that the Govardhan hill is our shelter? So let's go to Govardhan hill, depend on Govardhan hill. And Krishna, with the little finger of his left hand, he just moved and lifted Govardhan hill. And he held it up like an umbrella. Now this was too much for the Brijbasis. How a little boy, 7 years old, can hold a mountain? That's something, we saw a mountain eating. We heard a mountain speaking. We saw a mountain crabbing in our vessels and cupboards. But now a little boy, this little Krishna, he holding up that same mountain. Something is wrong here. But anyway, what else do we have than the word of Krishna and Govardhan hill? He told us depending on Govardhan hill. And Krishna said, come. Don't be afraid, come. I hold it up. And Brijbasi started to go, okay. Just imagine you go under a hill, what a little boy holds up. That's kind of really like, I don't know how we would feel. But this is a very important lesson for us. Giriraj is the shelter of a community. So the whole community, we are depending on Giriraj and thought, doesn't matter what the world says, doesn't matter what is out there, doesn't matter which virus, which vaccination or whatever it is, what Facebook says or all this kind of stuff, we just depend on Krishna. And when Krishna says, go on the Govardhan hill, we go. So they went all on the Govardhan hill with the cows and with all their paraphernalia, whatever they had, and they're standing there. And then some Gopa said, well, that's quite something. I mean, Krishna is standing now here for a while with his little finger, and we have the sticks, our cowherd sticks. When we put them all in, surely we will support the hill, because Krishna, Krishna is alone on his finger, and we have our sticks. So if we put all our sticks around, and if Krishna can hold it, our sticks can hold the hill. Must be, because he's just a little boy. We don't know what magic is in this hill that maybe this hill can fly, something. So everybody put up his sticks and support the hill. So and then they said, okay, we have it under. Okay, Krishna, you can relieve now, you can let go. Krishna said, oh, thank you. And he took his hand a little bit up and immediately, no. And Krishna said, what? No, Krishna, it's fine. Because the sticks immediately started to crumble, right? So, no, Krishna, hold it. That's fine. And they were standing there, Krishna, for 7 days. And Krishna said, so what? Bring out your cooking utensils, bring out the instruments, let's have a party, let's have a festival. And for 7 days they had a festival there. And Krishna said, oh, you need music for dancing. No problem. He pulled out with the right hand his flute and played flute. And he played wonderful music. Everybody was dancing. And everybody was dancing, and especially the gopis were dancing. And when Krishna looked at the gopis, he saw their wonderful features of their bodies moving. And when he saw this, now the brahmacharis look a little bit scared what he comes out now. When he saw this, he became a little bit nervous, and his flute playing became a little bit, he had to swallow, And in this moment, when he became a little nervous, the mountain started to shake a little bit, and everybody was, and Krishna, he knew what he saw, and nobody recognized that, only Balaram, and he looked at Krishna, and Krishna looked at Balaram, and Krishna said, oh my God, he knew exactly what happened, and Krishna became red. Krishna became red, right? So this was going on the hill. There was pastimes and everything. They had a really, really good time. They didn't care outside the world faced end. And Indra, what is this? Where are these bridge passes there? They must be flooded now, but where they are? Well, they are under the hill. What hill? This Govardhan, they worship. Now they're under the hill. No way a hill, a lump of earth can kind of, withstand my attacks. I have to get more attacks. And then he called his how's called, his thunderbolt. Has a name. Raja, yeah. This Raja is actually a very wonderful thing. I mean, even Buddhists, they carry a Raja, when they're doing their ceremonies. They have a bell and a Raja. So that's a thunderbolt. And he took this thunderbolt, and with that he sent like missiles of ice cubes. They were piercing Govardhan Hill. Nothing happened. And then after Indra released all his weapons. His arsenal was empty. Nothing was there anymore. He could not do anything on this hill. Oh no. He came to his senses. And guess what? He felt, I even cannot look at this hill. No. Like the rich Basis before, they could not even look at heaven. Because they thought Indra is so angry. Indra knew, no, not what I think. Not what I think. It's not. No. This little boy, please not. But yes, who else can it be? I don't want to go down there. I don't want to even look under this hill. That's too painful. That's too painful because I have to realize in front of the whole world and in front of myself, it's not me. I'm just a stupid little idiot, I don't want to say, but he thought very low of himself. Therefore he took down his crown and went in front of Giriraj, and because when he came to his senses, immediately the sky cleared out, and the sun came out, and the bridge Basis came out, and Indra standing there. Everybody passed by him because, when you a great leader, when you have power, then you have a full chance. When you did something wrong, you see this, somebody who lives a pious life, who is great in power or something, they are raying. One time we went, a group of brahmacharis from Leipzig, we went to India and we were on the airport and we were so excited, like bunch of brahmacharis all in saffron, yeah, we go to India. And the guy passed by and said, you guys are raying. Really? And there's this, the people saw Prabhupada raying, so they get on this person, well, he's raying. And, but if you did something wrong, the opposite happens. It's kind of darkness is surrounding you. You have this you call this a kutam, right? Who did Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Shastri? You have this, this different stages of sin. And sin, what is basically not manifested, but it's already accumulating, is called a kutam. And you see sometimes especially when you're on the street, you can see the Sangha and the devotees, they can see there's a person who is kind of has an aura, he's effulgent, but there's a person, he has a negative aura. He carries a kutam. And these persons, they cannot get out of it. They are full of miseries, but still they keep on stealing and being mischievous because they carry something around them, and the devotee can see. So Indra, he did so much wrong, and he knew it, that all his aura went. And the bridge Basis just passed by. They couldn't recognize him, Indra, because he looked not effulgent anymore. And the last person who came out of Giriraj was who? Krishna. So Krishna came out, and of course he knew who's standing there. And Krishna said, so, so, and Indra could just say, I'm so sorry. I was completely out of my mind. And it happened to me again and again and again, because I'm in so much position. I have so much position, I have so much in control, that I think I am the one. I am the controller. And when I think that, then I collect a character that is almost demonic. Because I try to kill all the inhabitants of Vrindavan your dear devotees. Once there was a king in the universe. He thought he's supreme. He tried to kill one of your devotees. His name was Hiranyakashipu. And he tried to kill one of your devotees. What happened to him? Therefore, we are here in the right place. Therefore, I said we in two pastime places today. He got killed. Not only killed, you became so angry that you took the form of a half man, half lion, and you ripped him just apart to pieces. And now I'm here. I try to kill all your devotees in Vrindavan, all of them. What will happen to me now? Please, let it just happen. Just let it happen. Let it happen. Turn into half man, half lion, whatever. But just do it. I can't stand, sometimes when you get punished, when you get punished, you just want that it happens, just let it happen. And Krishna said, and nothing will happen. Your shame is like killing your pride. You rectified. With this you rectified. Hiranyakashipu was killed his body. Right? Because Hiranyakashipu tried to control everything, and he was always in battle with you guys, with the demigods. So to kill him was enough. Because internally Hiranyakashipu was who? A good question, huh? Is it Chai or Vichai? Huh? But they are he's a devotee actually, and he played that role. But you, dear Indra, the role you played so well that you thought you are that role. And therefore, I had to destroy not your body, but your ego. So therefore, dear Indra, your ego is smashed now. I'm sorry, but here we are. Please, go up again. Go back to your working place. Go back to your role. And don't do this again. Leave the Brijbasis alone. Leave my devotees alone. And this is the great lesson in this day. Actually, there are two great lessons in this day. The first lesson is what? What is the great lessons? What do you think?
Always listen to Krishna.
That's a very great lesson, yeah. But sometimes, of course, they say, how do I listen to Krishna?
With devotees.
Yeah, where do we find his devotees?
Devotees are everywhere around here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you go to Bauer Weiss and ask him for advice?
Yeah.
They are in the community. Community is very, very important, because the community, each community is like Vrindavan. It's like, and each community are like Brijbasis, right? Sometimes they come aunties and dadas from some other village. They will also become like Brijbasis, right? So we are in a community, and there's nothing more for the community than to listen to Krishna or take shelter in Krishna. If it's getting stormy, you hide under a rock. We hide under Nrsingadev. There's nothing what can harm us. There's nothing what can stop us. We are invincible if we just listen to Krishna and follow his dharma. And of course the other lesson is, if we really want to go in our role where we were designed, not only by Srila Prabhupada, but by Mahaprabhu himself as the leaders of the universe, the ones who leading mankind and even above mankind into a new age, we have to be very, very careful that we don't develop the mentality of intra, that we don't become proud, that we don't think that's for granted, that we always know a real leader leads by example. He leads by his pure character and his example to serve. Serve not himself, but serve the community. And the further he can see, the further his conscious is, or the further is the community. Now, sometimes some devotees, when they see devotees from the West, and again, Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, right in the pastime of Govardhan Puja, sometimes, first of all, he says that devotees who neglect worshipping Govardhan Hill or performing Govardhan Puja will be eaten or bitten by many snakes who are on Govardhan Hill. Right? And then he says that, I think he quotes something. It's not that Prabhupada says this, I think he quotes something. But then he says, great devotees, and of course nobody thinks we are great devotees or by himself, but it's taking little rocks and pebbles from Govardhan Hill and worship him just like the Archa Vigraha in the temple. Right? And this is kind of something where ISKCON devotees, you find Girirajas everywhere. We will see in the afternoon. Let's see how much we get together, right? Girirajas everywhere, especially in ISKCON, right? Everybody worships Giriraj. And it's so pleasing. If you do this really, worship him really like the Archa Vigraha in the temple, Giriraj is so pleasing. Don't just take him as a rock and put him in a shelf and collect dust. No, you have to bathe him, you have to give him full attention, you have to give him sweets, everything, isn't it? Lots of sweets. And in this way, sometimes devotees bridge basis to say, no, you should not take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Don't take Giriraj out of Vrindavan. Right? But the mentality is there to limit the holy Dham to a certain area. The real Brijbasi, like Srila Prabhupada, he's always concerned to expand the holy Dham, on the whole world. So the real devotees following in the footsteps of Sri Prahlad and Srila Prabhupada, he sees not only the community surrounding him in his living quarters, no, but the whole community is the whole human mankind. And this is the thing what we have to reach out. Therefore we do Sankirtan. We don't do Sankirtan to increase our book scores. We don't do Sankirtan to collect Lakshmi, because guess what? Lakshmi comes immediately when Krishna is pleased. But if we have the aim, we want to expand the holy Dham, we want to expand Sri Vrindavan Dham with the teachings and with the pastimes of Krishna, then first of all, Krishna goes everywhere. Even in these corners nobody knows. And then the pastimes of the Lord in form of his books will be distributed everywhere. And everything will become a holy Dham. So now I planned, actually, as I said, this is for the evening, I had a very, very nice song, because to really to really get in the mood of being the servant of the servant and be always humble, we have to follow in the footsteps of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And there Narottam Das Thakur, he wrote actually a song. And whoever feels like eating, please go. But at least I want to read the translation of this song. It's not a long song. Okay, the translation is only 4 stanzas. Is, my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul. O Lord, there is no one more fallen than myself in all the 3 worlds. Holding cress between my teeth, O Lord Gaura, I am calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me and come to reside within the temple of my heart. If you do not give your mercy, seeing how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patita Pavana, the merciful Savior of the fallen? I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world from which there is no escape. Kindly give me the gift of the divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death. The song is called Gauranga Karuna Koro. And yeah, maybe I try to sing it, I don't know. It would be nice if you could have displayed it, but I just try my best. I'm not such a good singer, but as I said it, I'm gonna sing it. Maybe you can follow along somewhere. Gauranga Karuna Karo Dina Hina Chane Mosama Badida Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Danda Trina Dori Gaura Daki Hitumara Kripa Kori Esho Ama Hridoya Mandire Gaurange Karuna Karo Dina Hina Chane Mosama Badida Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Yadi Doya Nakoribe Pati Dada Kiya Pati Da Bhavana Nama Kishera Gagira Gaurange Karuna Karo Dina Dina Jane Mosama Padida Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Moche di Pavana Tubane Nahi Kanishtara Shri Charana Taranitane Dase Koropara Gauranga Karuna Karo Dina Dina Chane Mosama Padida Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasu Anudasa Pratana karoya tada Narodama dasa Bolo Goranga karuna karo Dina hina jane Mosama padida Prabhu Nahi tribhuvane Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Und alle zusammen. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Again. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Shri Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Giraj Govardhan Mahotsava ki jai. Bolo Shri Giraj Maharaj ki jai. Go Ramananda Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol. So again today at 3:45, boys are in the temple room. Girls are upstairs, downstairs with their offerings. They come up at 3:45. But let's see what happens. Stay tuned. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai.